my digital girl.
All right, so the top three, I'll start with the don'ts.
Okay.
All right, so for men, look, guys, fellas out there, make sure, when you have a profile, make sure you're crisp. Make sure, your collar is straight. Make sure your clothes are pressed. You don't have to be in a double-breasted suit.
Right.
But, make sure you're solid, so you're crisp. So that's number one. Wait a minute, that was a do. Okay, so that was a do. So the do, make sure you're crisp. Also, make sure that every once in a while, I would say like maybe 25% of your photos, maybe 1 out of every 4 photos, you're in a social setting, preferably with a very attractive female.
Okay.
Like Star right here, So, you want to make sure that you're there because then other females will see you and they'll, kind of heighten your value a little bit.
I can see that.
So that's number 2. The third rule for your profile is not to ramble. Don't go on too much. Don't talk about, your first grade teacher.
Right.
You don't want to talk about your favorite cartoon in the 4th grade. So just make sure that you keep things brief. Little line item here. And Facebook is cool because if you omit a section in Facebook, it just won't show up on your profile.
That's cool.
Just keep it brief. Cool. Mystery is your friend.
Right.
Those are the 3 do's.
Okay. And I have a don't. No shirt off pictures.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. Right.
And do not type in all caps. I hate that.
That's
so
a
much.
good point.
It's so obnoxious.
It sounds like you're yelling.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm honestly like usually from my experiences like with people who type in all caps,
right?
They're not that smart. Like that sounds really snobbish, but no, for real. Like I dated this jerk, typed in all caps, and on his MySpace page. We didn't meet on MySpace, but once I saw his MySpace page, it was a little bit more of a reflection of who he was.
You saw his grammar and his inability to, punctuate, put periods in there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so, what's another don't from you though?
Okay, so that's a big one right there. And the shirt off pictures. Just to piggyback off of that, another don't is, guys, don't grease yourself. Anything you do, like physically, you take your shirt off and you're flexing hard and you're like, don't do that, guys, because it makes you look desperate.
Exactly.
I go into that in the book a whole lot, but keep your clothes on. Be a little bit normal because if you go way out the way to try to impress females, then you look desperate. So that's a don't. Another don't is same thing with music. You don't want to go too hard. Heavy metal fans and like hard like MOP style stuff. I mean, that's cool, but just realize that a lot of females may not warm up to you as quickly.
That is very true.
It's hard to kind of relate to that for the mainstream female if there is.
That is very true.
So, and then at the same time, you don't want to go too soft either. You don't want to play.
I don't want to hear Maxwell's women's words.
Exactly.
On your page.
Or some of the really slow Genuine.
Right.
I mean, you kind of want to just stay away from that because then people are going to look at you and they're going to wonder. The third thing not to do. Let's see. If I could come up with another thing. That's a big one. We could do that. Yeah, don't stalk. If you send a message to a female and she doesn't reply back, and you see, especially if you see that she's read it on like Black Planet or MySpace, if it says read, leave it alone, move on.
Right.
You didn't get her attention. What you can try to do, this is a little tip. If you still feel like, maybe you sent a couple of messages and then she stopped, replying to you, and you could, start adding her friends, talk to a couple of her friends. I'm just saying that might get her attention and that might make her come back. And even if she doesn't, just make sure that her friend is cute and you can just move on with her, and then you might end up having 2 females fight over it.
People actually get mad about that too, like the friend thieving.
Yeah, but it's bad if you're in a relationship and then you're doing that on the side. That's not cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you try to get at a female and she rejected you, ain't nothing wrong with going after a friend or 2. It's all fair. That's my opinion.
All fair and well, web and war.
That's right.
Too far away for affection, so I pray that we never lose the connection. Cause I remember Stacy, she probably hate me. She used to threaten she had a man to replace me. She talked that shit, I just hit the escape key. And then she get mad and wanna go and erase me. And I remember Amy, she used to aim me.